welcome to the Grosvenor House in London for the 2018 Autosport Awards, the most significant evening on the motorsport calendar. With another fantastic season of racing complete, now is our chance to honor the very best talent from the last 12 months, as well as shine a spotlight on some racing stars of the future.
It's the first time I'm here, so I'm really looking forward to seeing a lot of people, and I'm pretty excited.
This is amazing. I mean, this is my first time here, so just to see what goes on and what you guys have done to put this show on, it's pretty incredible.
I'm here today representing the family. Haven't been here since 2016. So yeah, super excited to see what the night has in store.
Long time I've not been here, so I'm very happy, very excited.
What better way to end the year than a glamorous awards ceremony, right?
Exactly. No, it's always really cool. You see a lot of drivers, a lot of people and sharing the same passion. So no, it's always cool to be here.
It's all family gathering together, all the best people in motorsport, and it's an amazing event.
Anybody who is anybody attends these awards, and over the next 45 minutes, we're going to bring you the very best highlights from the evening, including awards for best drivers, riders, and cars of the year. First up, we join Nicky Shields and David Croft on stage to present the Rookie of the Year category.
Time for the Richard Mille Rookie of the Year Award, open to any driver competing in an international racing series for the first time. And to make this presentation, please welcome Season 4 Formula E champion, Jean-Eric Vergne.
He seems to have a lot more fun in Formula E.
Yeah, Vernon's doing all the great shout-outs.
It's all the heckles are taking place, and where Jean-Eric Vergne finally got the championship he deserved. Well done this year.
Thank you so much.
Does it make a difference, the fact that you're an independent up against the manufacturers? Does it make you feel that much better?
Well, it's like David and Goliath. It makes us want a bit more the other ones, makes us work harder than the other ones, and I guess it paid off this year. We only lost the championship in the manufacturer by 2 points. But we're still with Andre next year with DS also, and I'm sure we're going to have a shot at winning it next season.
Good luck.
Now, Jeff, Crofty was asking me about some of my favourite moments earlier, and there was one particular one that we didn't have the chance to mention. Hong Kong, you're qualifying, you somehow managed
That was a good one.
to take pole position backwards, literally pirouetting across the finish line. How did you do that, and could you do that again if we paid you?
I'm surprised I don't have an award for that, actually.
Yeah,
very
true.
sad. But it's style.
That means no,
It's
you
French,
couldn't do it
I
again.
guess.
No, you did very well, and it was a great championship to watch, that's for sure.
Style marks and pole position as well. Absolutely fantastic. Right, some nominees, I think, for Rookie of the Year.
Yes, okay, so let's take a look who the nominees are. So we have Pierre Gasly, Charles Leclerc, Andre Lotterer, you better be clapping for that one, Lando Norris, George Russell, and Robert Wickens. I think it's about time you announce the winner, please.
Yeah, I was very surprised to see I thought Rookie was, for young drivers, and Andre is 37, I believe, but,
It's a very good point you make, actually.
Never mind. I hope one day I will be a rookie again.
I think you still count as a millennial if you're 37.
So, yeah, Rookie of the Year, Charles Leclerc.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, well done.
Take the microphone, Charles Leclerc. You're taking everything else. GP3 and then F2, and then your first season in Formula One, you outscore your teammate by, 30-odd points, I think it was in the end, and then you get a promotion halfway through the season to Ferrari. As rookie seasons go in Formula One, I don't think I've seen many better.
I don't know. It has been a great season for sure. Obviously, I definitely did not expect it to be as positive, and of course, I did not expect also the promotion that I've had. That is quite crazy, and I think I still don't realize fully what is happening. But yeah, it has been an amazing year. The first 3 races were very difficult. I had a lot to learn and a lot of new things, but yeah, after that it went all smooth, and since Baku it has been a great year. But all of this wouldn't have been possible without a great team behind. I think they have been extremely good at developing the car. We started the year probably last and second to last, trying to go into Q2, and we finished the year actually quite regularly in Q3, and this is all done to the team. So a huge thanks to them, and really looking forward to the challenges in the next few years.
Some tough decisions ahead for you. Now you're driving for the Scuderia as well. Most of your peers, obviously, when they get the big promotion, they get the big pay packet, they go and move to Monaco and celebrate. You can't do that because you already live in Monaco. So have you found a bigger place to live in Monaco? How are we celebrating?
Well, the first step was to move from my mother's house, which I did 2 weeks ago, which was nice.
Good man.
So
Welcome to becoming an adult.
Yeah, exactly. So that was cool. And yeah, then I will wait for the bigger house, hopefully in the next few years.
Do you still go home to get your washing done and to have your meals cooked for you?
I have to wash it myself, actually.
Really?
Yeah, and that is a big struggle at the moment. So all my white things. Who?
Andrea's a cleaning lady.
Perfect. So I'll take in contact with Andre. But yeah, all my white stuff became pink, and it's a big mess. So yeah, I need to train on that.
Charles, I've got to ask you, your teammate next year, Sebastian Vettel. I mean, have you thought about how you're going to handle him? Because he's got pretty decent form.
I haven't thought about it too much, but obviously I will have a lot to learn. As I've said, it's totally new for me. It is quite a big jump, but it's definitely a big honor for me to have such a champion next to me. And yeah, I hope it will be a productive year, and for sure I will learn a lot next to him.
Best of luck. Charles Leclerc, ladies and gentlemen, our Rookie of the Year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay with us, and thank you very much, John-Eric.
Okay, Charles is actually staying with us. So don't go anywhere. You're going to stay with us for a bit. So, motor racing is a sport bursting with original thinkers, problem solvers, people who generally don't understand the meaning of no, and it can't be done, thankfully. And so today we are celebrating the great minds of our sport with the Innovation and Pioneering Award sponsored by Mahindra Racing.
Now this year, the award goes to an organisation that had the courage of its convictions to see through the introduction of a pioneering device in Formula One, which has divided motorsport. Among some, it does still remain unpopular, but our award winner this evening was absolutely convinced that it was essential, stuck by its decision from the start, and, well, was justified by the first corner when we got to Spa.
As part of ongoing efforts to improve driver safety, the FIA and its president Jean Todt committed to introducing the Halo cockpit protection device into Formula 1 and Formula 2 this season. The Halo requires the chassis to be able to take roughly the weight of a London double-decker bus, which meant a lot of work for those tasked with accommodating the device. It met with some resistance, but it didn't take long for the decision to be vindicated. The Formula 2 season had barely started when driver Tadej Makinon credited the Halo with saving his life in Barcelona. A few months later at the Belgian Grand Prix, Charles Leclerc escaped a first corner crash unharmed after Fernando Alonso's airborne McLaren struck the Halo on Leclerc's Sauber with a trailing wheel. Advocates of the Halo always said if it saved one driver, it would be worthwhile. That it has made a major difference in 2 accidents already speaks volumes for its importance.
Jean Todt, the president of the FIA.
FIA president.
Good to see.
Congratulations, John. Great to see you.
So President, before we quickly present the award, I just want to ask Charles, I mean, what was going through your mind when Alonso's car flashed just inches in front of your nose?
Well, to be honest, not much, as it went by very quickly, so I did not have much time to think about it. I remember that as soon as I saw Fernando going over me, then I just tried to go again on track and try to still race, hoping that nothing will have happened with my car, but obviously it was not the case because it was destroyed. So I stopped by very quickly, and then I see back the images, and the images are quite not impressive, this is not the word, shocking. I mean, it was quite a big crash, and don't know what will have happened without the halo, but for sure it was one thing to have this year, and I think it has been extremely useful. So thank you.
President, was there anything, I suppose, that went through your mind thinking we shouldn't be doing the halo? Because obviously when it was first established, when it first came on the scene, there were lots of different iterations of the design, there was lots of negative feedback, but clearly when you look at that evidence, do you need any more?
You know, I was just thinking, I mean, this is business in 52 years, which is scary. So, I mean, through my career, I've had a lot of resistance. And, I mean, we go through resistance. But if you do believe that it goes in the right direction, you have to fight for it. And clearly, you know, nobody will be able to demonstrate that it will have had worse consequences on Charles. But sure, it was good to have it. But, you know, we have to think back. For example, when you think about the terrible loss of Henry Surtees, you know, who lost his life because he got one wheel on his head. And clearly with the halo, it would not have happened. So, I mean, it's worth fighting the resistance, and if we can save life. And I want to thank all the people who have been behind, because I've been a little element of that, but all the people who have been participating to this research, the teams, even, I mean, they have been a bit vocal, but they are often vocal, but at the end of the day, they do what they should do. And here is a halo, and incidentally, we will implement it next year in Formula 3 as well, and in Formula E, and as soon as possible on Formula 4.
Absolutely. I mean, it has made incredible improvements in the world of single-seater racing. But the work when it comes to safety improvements is never really done. There's always more to do, always striving for the next thing. What's on the agenda for you? What are you looking towards next?
I will say, you know, for me, motor racing is not only a show, it's also a laboratory. So clearly, I mean, Patrick Head was mentioning a while ago, I mean, all the progress which have been done over the last decades. So we need to keep progressing in single-seater, in any kind of circuit racing, in road racing as well, because you see what is happening in rallying, in regional rallying. Unfortunately, I think this year we have lost about 28 lives, including spectators, during motor racing. It's not acceptable. And I mean, if we can also, as I was mentioning, be a laboratory on the road. Every year, 1.3 million people die on the road, 50 million people are injured. And I think as a motorsport community, we have a strong responsibility to play.
Absolutely, always more can be done. Well, once again, though, huge congratulations on the award this evening. Round of applause for the FIA, for the President, Jean Todt. Okay, so next we move on to our first special award of the evening, the Autosport Williams Engineer of the Future. And to make this presentation, please welcome Williams Chief Technical Officer, Paddy Lowe.
Hi, Paddy. Good to see you.
Paddy, tell us a little bit more about this award, because really, I mean, for future F1 engineers, this could be a life-changing opportunity. What does the award actually entail?
So, you know, Formula One team is its staff, in fact. You know, particularly the engineers are the ones who ultimately will make the difference. So this is a fantastic scheme. We are able to attract from the best engineers coming out of the best universities in the UK or indeed anywhere. So we get a lot of applications, we shortlist those, and then we bring 5 to a test at the end. But what they get as a winning engineer is a chance to spend 2 years after university with us as a graduate, and they go across all of engineering, all the different areas. This award is about finding a leader of the future, somebody to have my job in the future. And so they're going to be very special. We want to give them that grounding from the beginning, that they're not piled straight into a specialist area, but they can get that breadth of engineering experience in the first 2 years.
Fantastic opportunity.
Now, we know the caliber was extremely high for this year, but let's have a look at the nominees for Autosport Williams Engineer of the Future. They are Carlos Acasuso, Luke Dardis, Owen Heaney, Anna Groom, yeah, come on, and Valerio Pellicciari.
Fantastic.
Okay, now before we actually find out who has won, let's find out how they got on that incredibly intense assessment days at Grove.
When I started Williams Grand Prix engineering with Frank Williams back in 1977, I think when we started on day one we had 8 people. Now it's obviously very heavily developed. The engineers make at least as much difference to the performance of the car as the driver, if not actually more so.
The Williams Autosport Engineer of the Future Award is a unique scheme.
The award is about inspiring the next generation of engineers and hiring the next generation engineers. The assessment process is a day and it's quite full-on programme.
Their theoretical side should be very, very strong. They should have a good mathematical understanding, engineering understanding, but you also want to get a good feel for how they work with people, how they communicate, how they think, how they work in a team.
It's a really interesting day. It's quite stressful. There's a lot asked of you and you're pushed out of your comfort zone.
This program is very advantageous because the student who wins will spend 2 years at Williams going through a training program which will take them to all the different departments.
The development opportunities that they offer would be very difficult to find somewhere else.
I see my future in racing, in automotive industry. In Formula One, that's my dream.
I'm absolutely the biggest Formula One fan. I just love the passion, intensity, competition that's associated with the sport, and you can see it every day.
It would mean everything for me to be a Formula One engineer. It's what I've wanted for almost 10 years now.
It's great to kind of create a competitive environment and try and get the best of the best of the best. And then they can have a real impact, not just on Williams F1, but on Grand Prix racing over the next 3-4 decades.
We are genuinely looking and believe that we can create the future technical director in Formula One in Williams for the future.
Wow.
Okay, wow.
Wow.
Well, you can really see how much they all really want it, but of course you are only looking for the best of the best. Paddy, please can you announce who the winner is?
Do you have to go on a course, Paddy, like an engineering course to open envelopes?
So, yeah. The winner is Owen Heaney.
Brilliant. Congratulations. Well done.
Congratulations, well done.
Wow, sir. Can you hold a microphone as well? What do you think about that then? Well done.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, isn't it?
It is.
Not what I was expecting.
We always think that people, when they're young, they want to be a racing driver. They dream of going and driving, but you have dreamt forever of being an F1 engineer.
Yeah, I don't really have the physique to be a driver, I don't think. So,
well, you know, they fitted me in one once, don't worry about it.
I think I'll settle for being an engineer.
You think you'll settle for being an engineer?
They're the ones in charge.
So this must be one of the greatest days of your life now.
Yeah, it's pretty good feeling.
Paddy, what is it that made Owen, what were the qualities that made him stand out from the other contestants?
Well, Owen is an exceptional engineer, but also, you know, even evidence of great leadership already. He plays a big part in Imperial College, chairman of the student union. Now, somebody that volunteers for that type of job, is up for trouble. So that was something we really picked out. He's also the chief engineer of his Formula student team. So he's clearly up for leadership. But when it came to technical matters, because that matters just as much, in our community in engineering, you gain respect by your knowledge and your ability technically. That's how you earn your points. And Owen absolutely nailed it when it came to the technical questions in our interviews. I even had a few sort of special questions which I couldn't imagine anyone would answer because they were quite personal, and he even nailed those ones. So, and Owen will be a fantastic engineer and a great leader of the future in this sport.
Wow.
Hopefully. Congratulations.
Oh, well, no, Owen, you should be very proud. Some very kind words. Please do take your seat. Thank you very much.
Have a great season.
The Racing Car of the Year category is open to cars competing in any class of circuit racing, and this year encompassed everything from Volkswagen's all-electric Pikes Peak record breaker right through to IndyCar's Dallara IR18. But this year, in helping secure a 5th consecutive Formula One World Championship title, there could only be one winner.
Scorching its way to numerous wins, poles and new lap records, the W09 built on where its predecessor was so successful, maintaining the long wheelbase philosophy and raised front suspension wishbones to effectively manage airflow ahead of the side pods. Both facilities in Brackley and Brixworth have worked together in perfect harmony, and the result is a car built on the teamwork of 1,000-strong personnel. Through the year, the bodywork was tightened up to improve the aerodynamics. The team also made steps at the rear to manage tyre temperatures, bringing in an innovative wheel design to transfer and remove heat. The result? More trophies, one delighted team and 2 very happy drivers, and a 5th successive Car of the Year award.
It's been a fantastic season, and it's great to see for the 5th time in a row we've won the Car of the Year. Really massive congratulations to the whole team. Really well deserved. You guys have been working so hard, so thank you.
Well, I'm pleased to say that I am now joined by Autosport's Stuart Codling. Stuart, it's been quite an amazing year for Mercedes, but why do you think they've been so successful?
They've had the best car for several seasons, and then they started this year with one that palpably wasn't the best car, so they've had to dig really, really deep throughout the season to beat Ferrari, and it was having that red target in front of them that I think has enabled them to find these new heights.
Thank you, Stuart. And to top off what has been a pretty amazing evening for the team, Lewis Hamilton has walked away with the prestigious International Driver of the Year award. Here's what he had to say.
Good evening, everyone. I'm here in Abu Dhabi the day after the Grand Prix. I'm never ever on the track, actually. I never do track walks. This is the first time that I've actually stood here before Turn 5. And I just really wanted to send a message. I'm sorry I can't be there with you, but Autosport has been something that I've followed for so many years. I remember my first time there in 1995, I think it was, and standing and getting to meet so many great people, and I know it's an incredible event and it gets better every year. So I want to say a big thank you to Autosport and to the fans who vote for me. Thank you so much for all the support throughout the year, and to all the other nominees and contestants and winners, congratulations. I think 2018 hopefully has been an amazing year for you, as it has been for me. And I want to wish everyone an amazing Christmas with the family. Hope you stay focused for 2019. I wish you all the best. God bless you.
Now, we may not have Lewis with us here tonight, but we do have another legendary Formula One world champion. The Gregor Grant Award is traditionally presented to those who have made a significant contribution to motorsport.
Congratulations to you, well done.
Congratulations, Mika.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Like you all know, I'm from Finland, so I promise I'm going to be quick.
We're jacking
and before you got
benchmark.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, thank you for the kitchen. It was fantastic dinner.
Mika Häkkinen, is it really 20 years ago next year that we celebrate, the anniversary of your last World Championship. Time has flown by. You barely look a day older now. What do you remember most of those times?
Like I said, it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Of course, if I go back 20 years, it was amazing time. And I started with the Team Lotus, racing with them a couple of years, with some up and downs. And then joining the McLaren and having incredible time, great teammates. What I learned a lot from, and like I said, also the McLaren years were quite a lot up and down, including quite a bad accident what I had in '95. So thanks for the team taking me back, and then winning '98 and '99 World Champion. It was just an amazing experience and great feeling.
So I remember when we were teammates at McLaren, the only distraction you had in your life, as I remember it, and tell me if this is a true story or not, was your pet tortoise. You had to put the tortoise in the box. Didier Cotton knocked on your door and said, "Mika, we're going to a race. Follow me." And is it true about the tortoise?
Oh, absolutely, it's true, and it has a purpose why I had a tortoise actually, because when you're motor racing life, you're flat out all the time. You're really busy, and the time when I was in Formula One, there was no limitation on testing, so we were testing enormous amount of time. So every time when I came to home in Monaco in my flat, I saw this tortoise walking there so slowly. It was yes, no rush anymore, So no dog coming tail whipping like this, take me out.
Brilliant.
So,
a new way of mindfulness by a tortoise.
So everything had a purpose,
So you were teammates, you were the tortoise, you were the hare, is that right? Is that how it works?
Something like that,
yeah.
Along those lines.
Now, Mika, tell me more, because obviously your rivalry with Michael Schumacher was really the story from that era. What sort of special memories do you have from that time?
Well, the happy memories was when I saw him in the mirrors.
Have you blocked out all the others?
But certainly a great racing driver. There's different characters in motor racing, talking about engineers, designers, mechanics, team owners, team managers, and drivers. I mean, the list is, of course, massively long. But I mean, certainly Michael was a driver who was focusing every detail very hard, focusing individual how he was working with together to improve not only the car but team itself. And later on his career also, and the time when these terrible accidents start happening, Artonstedt, Ratzenberger, my accident, and the Wendlinger, and just name it, a lot of bad accidents. And Michael took a lot of effort to improve the safety, and it was incredible. So he was mega racing driver, sometimes a naughty boy, and not only once, but quite often. I mean, on a racetrack, I mean. But that's why it's just ridiculous to see what happened to him in a skiing accident and to be in a situation where he is. But I have to say, I met Michael's son quite a few times in a charity football games, and it's great to see his character, his strength to face the situation where the family is. And I'm happy he's racing flat out, and I hope he will get the success like his dad.
Just talk us through that amazing overtake you did with Michael and Ricardo Zonta, Spa. Just 2 minutes, 1 minute, take us through that overtake.
We could act it out if you want. Go on, you could be Michael Schumacher, I'll be Ricardo Zonta.
Get your slideshow up.
Yeah? So I'm Zonta, I'll go in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah?
Right, you're this side.
You're this side. Yeah? And come on.
So what's happening? You've come out of Eau Rouge.
Go a little bit forward.
So we go.
Okay.
I'm just the patsy in this one.
No.
So I'm
Michael. But if we're really going to show this,
yeah,
you need a new underpants, man. Because it's going to be so scary. Anyway, it was
I'm wearing dark trousers, we'll be okay.
It was a great overtaking, year 2000 indeed, and Ricardo Zonta this was in Spa after the Rouge, The speed was, of course, mega, and I was following Michael, and that straight after the roost was the only place where I was able to overtake him. And many times he pushed me on the grass all the time, and we were like 320 speed, and really nasty what he did, but you know, so sometimes in racing. But anyway, and I saw in the distance that way the Ricardo Sonda had some technical problems, so we were overlapping him basically, or his back marker, and he was driving middle of the track.
Take us to the overtake, straight to the overtake.
Yeah, and he was driving middle of the track. Normally you go on left or right, you know, if you have a problem. No, he's in the middle of the track. So I saw the opportunity, of course, and get a great tow from Michael. And when we finally reached Ricardo Sonda, Michael had to choose to left or right, and of course I chose the other side. But of course my side was a bit risky because the track was still a little bit wet. And it was a bit tricky, but nevertheless, it was a long time ago, and you know, I won the race.
Exactly.
Punchline.
Mika Häkkinen, ladies and gentlemen.
Well said. Congratulations, Mika.
Martin Brundle as well.
And in addition to Mika, there were further acknowledgements for GT Racing Mastermind, Stefan Rattel, and Le Mans hero Jackie Ickx. Joining me now is rally star Sebastian Ogier. Sebastian, what an incredible year it's been for you.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a very intense year, but with a happy ending. So it's always nice to get another title after very intense fight. And it's also special because these last 2 years I had a fantastic human adventure with my team and with my boss, with Malcolm Wilson. I think is the best motorsport boss you can get, and in this way it was very enjoyable to get those titles.
Well, like you said, you've had a fantastic 2 years with M Sport and secured your 6th consecutive WRC title this year. A lot of people will be asking, why are you leaving?
Yeah, well, it's a good question. I mean, I think unfortunately we didn't get the support we wanted to have from Ford, and you know, in this business you need to have a capacity of improving, and it was a little bit difficult recently to improve and to step up our game. So at the end of the day I got a new opportunity, which was also exciting for me because it's also it's where I started my career actually, and a French team where I think there is potential to do good things and to write another good line on my career. So I'm looking forward for it, but for sure these 2 years are going to remain in my heart, and somehow it's strange to leave them at this moment, and for sure I will never forget this team.
Well, Seb, we wish you all the best for your upcoming season with Citroën. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, it may be dinner time here, but we've got a lot of awards to get through still tonight. So here's just a quick rundown of the best riders and drivers. And we start with the Rally Car of the Year, where the voting was as tight as the championship itself. Ultimate honors went to Malcolm Wilson and M Sport for their Fiesta World Rally Championship car, rounding off a very special season. Despite some incredible performances from Jonathan Rea in World Superbikes, it was Marc Marquez who secured the award for Best Rider after his 5th MotoGP World Championship title.
Hi to all Autosport family. I'm very happy to receive this special award, but of course I'm very sorry because I cannot be here with all of you, because we are in Andorra for FIM Gala. But even like this, I would like to say thanks to all Motorsport network, because they support and follow me during all these years. So yeah, happy, time to enjoy it, and of course I would like to say thanks to all my team, to all my sponsors, because without them will be impossible. So see you in 2019 and full gas.
Well, it's a wonderful atmosphere here in the ballroom at the Grosvenor House Hotel in London for the 2018 Autosport Awards. But let's get back to the stage and check out some of our upcoming awards.
So now it is time for National Racing Driver of the Year, which this year also includes the Club Driver of the Year. And the winner also receives the Paul Warwick Memorial Trophy. They should also probably be receiving a trophy cabinet. But to present the award, please welcome the 2018 Formula 2 champion and the runner-up, George Russell and Lando Norris.
Yes. Hello. Good to see you, mate. You all right? Lando, good to see you. You're a champion, George Russell.
Thank you, thank you.
Lando Norris, you're our champion tonight as well. What a year it has been for you two. What an incredible 12 months.
Yeah, to be honest, it's probably been more than I could have ever dreamed for. From the beginning, it's just been a fantastic year with a number of great Formula 1 tests along the way, and obviously getting the Williams drive at the end of the year just to top it off.
And here you are. Well, look, we've got a picture of you last year on the stage with David Coulthard, Charles Leclerc. Look at the hope and the expectation in your eyes there, the youthfulness. I mean, Lando, every dream has come true.
Not every dream.
Well, apart from
George stole one of them.
Yeah. He had a better car, didn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Blame it on the equipment always, eh?
No, I guess the biggest dream has come true. Obviously not the one I aimed for at the beginning of the year, but my long-term aim has come true, so mixed emotions.
On that note, the nominees for the National Racing Driver of the Year are Johnny Adam. Yeah, give him a round of applause. Tom Ingram. Phil Keane. Ash Sutton.
Right.
Dan Ticktum. And Colin Turkington. Right. Okay, boys, are you ready?
And the winner is Dan Ticktum.
Hey.
Very good. Now, sadly, Dan can't be with us here this evening, so to collect the award on his behalf, a man who is a vocal and passionate supporter, it's Del Boy himself, Derek Warwick. That's like Del Boy number one.
Oh, I'm going for the 2.
Congratulations on Dan's behalf. He's on a flight to Japan, I understand. Any significance in that at all?
You might be testing something over in Japan.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Is this with a view to something for next year?
Maybe.
Get some more points on that super license?
Maybe.
Get himself into Formula 1?
He deserves to be in Formula 1. You know, he's good. He's one of the best drivers we've had through the MABA Awards, other than these two guys here. No, he's good. He's a bit different. He's a bit. He says what he thinks before he thinks. But I think. But I think that's good in Formula 1. You know, I mean, there's too many vanilla racing drivers out there, so it'd be nice for someone to be a bit controversial.
What Derek is basically saying is that if you ever have to go and see him, just say what you think before you think, and he'll let you get away.
Yeah, I was going to say. Right to reply. You do have a right to reply to that, boys.
Well, we're vanilla, aren't we? So no comment on that comment.
Well trained.
Yeah. I'm going to enjoy it when George Russell goes to see you next year in the steward's room. That's going to be fun, that. But in terms of ability, what has Dan got that you as a former legend think, yeah, that's it?
He's obviously got the speed. He's very quick. He's intelligent. He understands. He can put that down to the car. He understands how to set up the car and make it go quick. He's good with working for the team. And I think he's got everything he needs to be a Grand Prix driver. Obviously, he hasn't got enough points at the moment. That's why he's going to Japan and to maybe do the New Zealand Championship. But I think that he will complement these guys in the next year or so, and hopefully Red Bull will see the right way to bring him forward.
Well, let's see what happens. Derek, thanks for coming up on
My
Dan's
pleasure.
behalf. Please give the award to him. Congratulations to Dan Ticktum, and a big round of applause for Derek Warwick, George Russell and Lando Norris.
Now, the time has come. It is time to discover who is the 2018 McLaren Autosport BRDC Award winner. Now, this is the most sought-after accolade for upcoming British talent, other than X Factor, of course.
Did you see it last night?
No, I didn't.
No one watches that. He was watching Strictly.
I like Strictly. I would have watched that. Anyway, three of the most recent winners, George, Lando, and Dan, proved that this award has never been more relevant and more beneficial to UK talent than it is today.
Now, the prize tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for one of our 4 finalists includes membership of the British Racing Drivers Club, a James Hunt Trophy, the Arai GP6 helmet, and of course, a Formula One test, which has been the launch pad for so many of the successful careers of past winners. So, let's find out who this year's finalists are.
The McLaren Autosport BRDC Award has been around now many years. These drivers, early on in their journey, they see who's won it before and what they've gone on to do in the sport. So it's got to be a very exciting moment.
Pleasure to be here in the building, surrounded by one of the best teams on the Formula One grid. Some of the best drivers have come through here, and it's a real pleasure to be here, and I'm really looking forward to today.
Second year running in the award, it's obviously an honour to be nominated once again. I think it should be a small advantage, but I'm sure the guys are going to get on my case quickly, so I've always got to be pushing 100%.
Yeah, you're going to be excited for it all, we love driving, that's what we're here to do. It's all going to be an amazing experience, and I just can't wait to get it all underway.
It's a huge honour to get nominated for the McLaren Autosport BRDC Award. It's going to be a great experience to drive some of the fantastic cars. It's an honour to be a part of it and in the final.
Today we're just going to focus on the 4 core elements: cardiovascular, strength, cognition and anthropometry. It will certainly give us an idea for who has the capacity and the capability that we can then work with moving forwards.
We're going to have 3 different disciplines today. To adapt to those sort of cars, it's always going to be impressive, and it's always going to be difficult for the driver.
Developing young drivers has always been part of the mission of the BRDC, so this is fundamental.
To get to this point, sat on the front of an F1 car, it's more than a dream.
It sounds mega. It makes you want to win the award even more, knowing that if you win it, you get given the prize of driving that fantastic car.
I've just got to get on it quickly, to be honest. It's just about being aware within themselves how close they are to the limit and how quickly they can get there.
That makes it real. This is important to them. You can see the nerves as they're getting in the car. They want this.
Really happy with the first 2 runs. The next one should be fun.
They're not going to get a lot of time in the cars. It's a great opportunity for us to see how quickly they can adapt.
I found someone very, very interesting, and I think if I had the choice, I would probably fit in my car. He almost figures the pole position we did last August here, so yeah, really impressive.
We took improvements every session, taking more time out, so yeah, we're looking good for tomorrow. Just got to push on the stuff that we worked on today and see what I can do from there.
It will be the better driver who's done the better job that will come out on top, so everyone's got to be on their A game and pushing like crazy.
It's a huge boost for our career, and it'd be unreal to win it this year. I think I've got a good chance.
You can't predict this competition. Somebody will come out and surprise you. At the moment, somebody has, but we've got all day tomorrow for the 4 of them to put that right.
All the guys had a solid day 1, but it's all to play for still, and we're going to hopefully see one of the guys sort of step above the others and just show something special.
We're expecting their best times. So, again, pressure. For the second time, they're running boost.
Using the boost is interesting.
Sorry, now, Fast and Furious.
This car's got a 1 line. Quick stuff. Go faster. Simple. You're not racing side by side with someone. You have no idea how fast you should or shouldn't go. It's all a guess. Whoa! Smart, isn't it? You can just see the car through.
The tyre degradation was just crazy. Definitely brought a bit of driving ability into it.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Definitely a hard challenge.
I'm just stunned every year. Every year I think, how can we improve on this or equal it? But every year I get surprised.
26 thousandths of a second between the top two times.
We've learned that it's very close.
Every one of us deserves it. Everyone's put in 100%. I've learnt a lot in the last year. I've just really enjoyed it, been enjoying the moment.
Hopefully it's enough, but we don't know, you just have to wait and see.
I think it's all gone really well. We were really consistent. We made no mistakes, no off, so hopefully that will play into my favour, and I think the pace was pretty good as well.
Either way, it's been a fantastic experience and something I'll remember probably for the rest of my life.
Well guys, end of day 2. We have got 4 really, really strong, good drivers.
The standout single run of the 2 days was probably the Ligier run.
It was equivalent to Lando in the DTM that year.
After 2 days, the times are close, and it's very difficult to judge.
So close, wasn't it? It was hundredths between them.
With Lando and George going into the Formula 1 next year, it gives me a lot of confidence, really, because this competition does bring out some great, great drivers.
Wow. How awesome does that look? And it's not
tense.
even the prize.
I'm tense and I'm not even in it.
Exactly, that's just the 2 days before you win. What an amazing experience for all of them. But to welcome and to make the presentation, can you please welcome some of the representatives of the judging panel? Put your hands together for Lando Norris, Jason Plato, and Andrew Vanderberg.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Plato. Good to see you, Andy. Good to
Right,
see you.
okay, so let's just go through the nominees for one last time. So the nominees are Jamie Caroline, Max Futrell, Tom Gamble, and Kayan Duris.
Whoa.
Okay.
Who then will win this most sought-after accolade and drive the next generation of F1 talent like George Russell and you, Lando Norris? You've been in the room all evening. You've seen the drivers. You know how nervous they're feeling. Can you go back to when you were sat in those chairs, or could you stand the tension at all?
It was very nerve-wracking, especially going up against the drivers I was up against. Knowing everything I went through, all the cars, it was very tough. So for all of them, I think whatever they've done a good job. Whether it's a win or a loss, but it's not the end. They can keep going, keep working hard. But if it's a win, it can lead on to great things. And it's helped me get to Formula 1, my goals. So it's a huge part of my career, and it's got me to my one aim in life.
Oh, it's just ramped up the tension even more. That has. Right. In which case, then, I think enough of us talking up here on the stage.
Let's find out.
I actually want to know who's won now, because I don't.
Me too. And actually, unusually, we don't know who's won. We will in a sec, but we don't have an envelope. None of us know. We are literally going to hear, there's always this weird little voice in my head, and I try and block it out. But this time I am going to listen to it, because the voice is going to tell me who the winner is. So the tension is mounting, and please, the winner is... The winner is Tom Gamble.
From Ginetta Jr. to the BRDC F3, his first season of single-seaters brought about 2 wins and 5th in the standings. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for the McLaren BRDC Autosport Young Driver of the Year, Tom Gamble! Yes! Get used to the confetti, get used to the applause. Congratulations. How does this feel?
I can't believe it. I mean, it's been a dream ever since I've been a kid to be not even just a nominee, but to win it, it's phenomenal. I can't believe it right now. I'm pretty lost for words, but it was probably 2 of the best days of my life at Silverstone, driving 3 mega cars, and the experience that I gained from that, it definitely brought me on as a driver, the skills that I learned, I can't thank everyone enough who put the event together. All the judges, everyone who ran the cars did a superb job. So no, it was something I'll never forget, and obviously it's the start of something now.
Oh, it is. Brilliant. It's brilliant.
Making people's dreams come true. I mean, Jason, huge responsibility. But what did it boil down to? I mean, there was an incredible caliber out of those drivers, but what was it that made Tom the one for you?
Well, do you know what? Every year, the judging team are just knocked over by each year. It just gets tougher and tougher. And these young lads, I mean, 16, 17 years old, the level they operate at is really something to behold. And genuinely this year, as in many years, there wasn't a clear-cut winner. And at one stage, at the beginning of day 2, there was 4 cars around the Grand Prix circuit at Silverstone covered within 0.3 of a second. And 2 cars were covered in less than 1/10 of a second.
Wow.
So whilst lap time is important, there's a lot of other elements we look at, but it's a fantastic award. It's the highlight of all the judging team. We're very honoured to be able to to get involved and to witness what we do. And certainly, if you think of the last 3-4 years we've had some fantastic drivers that are going to go on and be stars of the future. And Tom is a fantastic winner, and I'm sure we'll see your name in F1 in a few years to come, mate. Yeah. Well done.
Well done. A star of the future. Huge congratulations to Tom. Thank you very much.
Well, what a fantastic night. I am here with the 2018 McLaren Autosport BRDC Young Driver Award winner. Wow, that's a mouthful. Tom, how are you feeling tonight?
Obviously mixed emotions really. Start of the night, so nervous, just before they announced the award, I thought my heart was going to beat out my chest. I was all sat there. I think every driver had the same feeling. But yeah, to win it, it's going to take a while for this to sink in, to be in 11 months' time driving a McLaren Formula 1 car is something, a lot of people can't say that they've done. So, it's definitely going to be the start of something good.
Well, we're also here with Andrew Vanderberg from Autosport. Andrew, this must have been a tough decision, but Tom is a worthy winner.
Yeah, every year we're always amazed by the quality of the finalists that we have. It's a very stringent process, but Tom did a fantastic job. The speed that he showed, the feedback he was given, I think he's got a massive career in front of him.
Tom, as one of your prizes, you get to drive a Formula 1 car. How excited are you?
Yeah, incredibly excited. It's not many, it's going to be a lot different to what I'm used to. Obviously the quickest thing before now, I've driven was the F2 car, and, that was very fast. And, I think around Silverstone, the F1 cars, another 10-15 seconds a lap faster, which is an immense amount of time. So it's definitely gonna have to get some training in for that day, and it's going to be something I'll never forget.
Now, we've seen previous award winners, Lando Norris, George Russell, go on to have full race drives in Formula 1. So what does the future hold for you?
Yeah, I mean, that's everyone's goal really. To get to Formula 1 is every kid sets out that dream, and obviously if you get there, you get there, and if you don't, obviously that's what I want, and I'm going to push everything, to get there. And I've got a lot of people helping me as well, which is great. And I can't wait to see what the future holds really, and I'll be trying my hardest.
Well, thoroughly deserved. Congratulations and enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
Well, a huge thank you for joining us on this prestigious awards evening. Remember, if you want to stay up to date with all the latest motorsport news, you can access Autosport online, on YouTube, and of course on social media. Well, we're already looking forward to the 2019 racing season, but for tonight, it's good night from London.